up tomorrow with no trading account, no profit, no prop firm account, and I had to start again from the beginning, my trading journey. What exactly will I do to get myself back to where I am and keep going further in life? Now, I wouldn't be doing 90% of the things I did when I started off my actual journey. I would do things way differently. What things will I do if I was starting up my trading journey from scratch? Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthew, and on this video, we'll be talking about the things I would do differently if I were to start trading from scratch in 2026. So, I'll be giving you guys a couple of points, and I need you guys to stay to the end so that you listen to the last point, because it's very important that you pick the last point. What is the first thing I would do differently? I will stop looking for the perfect strategy. That's the first thing I would do if I started trading from scratch again. I will stop looking for the perfect strategy. What does that mean? That means I will just look out for any strategy that has an edge. Basically, it could be any concept, whether ICT, whether support resistance, whether Fibonacci, whether any concept. Basically, just pick it and make sure you study it. I will study it back to back, then make sure I get an edge around that system that I know that is profitable long term. Then I'll stick to that, and I'll make sure I keep grinding and trying to map out and bring out money from the system I'm trading. The next thing I'll be doing differently if I were to start trading from scratch would be I will learn risk management way before entries. I will learn how to manage my capital, manage my risk before I even look for how I will maybe get a very good entry. I'm going to master taking trade back to back, between my setup and stuff like that. Basically, if you have a mindset already shifted from the beginning of your trading journey, how you know that you don't need to get all your trades correctly and you just need to apply risk management to every trade you take, you wouldn't bother about looking for a perfect strategy in the first place. You get? So you will just be looking for what works. Then you make sure you can make do with what works, because you have the risk management edge supporting you. So if you don't know what risk management means, I have a video on that on this channel somewhere around here. Just to click the link and make sure you study risk management to help you save a lot of money and keep you away from unnecessary heartbreaks and fear of losses. The third thing I'll be doing differently is I will trade one setup and one pair. I know it sounds usual to say trade one pair, not because you are trying to starve yourself of opportunities. Basically, you're trying to master what the market does, what your system does. So once you know you are trading one pair, you can't really be surprised by the pair's behavior after you have mastered it for about 3 to 6 months. You get? So once you know that you have a system and it has an edge on that pair, all you just have to do is repeat it. Once you are repeating that system, applying risk management, you start seeing progress on that pair. Then if you now feel like, okay, maybe you're having you want more quality setups and you want to increase something like your time frame, or you want to change your style from day trading to swing trading, you can end up applying other pairs or things like that, basically. But the point is that pair is going to show you exactly how your system behaves on it. Then you can now take that time to master your system, then know how it should look like on another pair, basically. So the idea of trading one pair or mastering one pair is just to give you like a template, a demo of what you should expect on other pairs. So once you master that, then you can now switch if you want to switch. The next thing I'll be doing if I were to start trading again is I would journal every single of my trade. No matter how stupid my setup might look, or how I messed up on a particular setup, or what I did that I don't count. No, this one is not a trade, let me just count it. I will record everything. The ones I think as rubbish, the ones I think that make sense, the ones I followed my plans, the ones I didn't follow my plan. I'll record every inch of my setups from beginning to the end. Why? Because in the long run, you start mapping out your behavioral patterns from those your journal. And if you don't have the journal, you cannot know your development in terms of psychology. You can't know your development in terms of managing risk, in terms of patience, in terms of discipline. You get? So the journey is about self-mastery. So if you don't know your self-weaknesses, then how do you not know how to increase those weaknesses and make them strengths? You get the concept? So you see why journaling is so important, that you should try your best not to miss out on every trade you take, every reason you're taking that trade, what happened in the trade, did it go your way or not? Or did you make money from the trade? How did you feel after the trade, before the trade, during the trade also? So you see this information you are thinking that is just little or small, they will change doing if I was starting up trading afresh I'll be focusing more on my psychology. I'll be focusing more on how I can keep my head balanced, keep my sanity in check every time I take a trade, every time I lose a trade. Basically, I'll need to map out how do I behave when I'm losing? How do I behave when I'm winning? Does my wins make me try and start increasing my lot sizes? Does it make me start feeling like I'm the best in the world? You get? So I'll start tracking how I'm behaving when I'm losing. Do I feel depressed when I lose? Do I feel like that one trade, I must win it, or I will die if I don't win it? You get? These are the things you need to map out to see if mentally, if you're in the right space. So once you can master your psychology early on trading, I don't think there's any other thing that should stress you in trading, because the hardest part in trading is psychology. So I will just try my best to focus on psychology more than focusing on how to get silver lining entry or sniper entry. You don't need all those shit. What you need in trading is basically repetition of what works in the long run. So it's not a matter of it works every day. It might work twice a week and you lose about 2 times in that same week. That's 50-50, but you still make money if you apply risk management. So you see the concept of having a good mindset around it. It doesn't make you feel down when you are in drawdown. It doesn't make you feel up because you made a payout, because you know that you have to see condition how you feel. You have to feel neutral. You have to feel like not euphoric and not also fearful or greedy. So another thing I'll be doing if I was starting off trading again is I will ignore social media gurus. Basically, I will ignore a lot of social media bullshit. Why? Because on this internet space, there's so much poisonous content that you think that everything is good, and because of somebody is maybe advertising something in a very shiny way, you feel that is the real deal. Most of the time, the most educational contents on social media are the ones that have the lowest views. You see the concept? So because of it having most views or most traffic on it, you're seeing different likes, you're seeing million views, you think that okay, that guy is very good. It can be a marketing scheme that makes that video just go viral. So it's not because of the amount of traffic on that video that makes it make sense. So you have to be very careful the amount of content and the type of content you consume on social media, because a particular content can change your narrative about a particular system, your system. You might be very good with your system and you're going fine with it, then because you now encounter the particular trading style, you now start feeling like, okay, I think I'm not doing enough. Let me change, let me switch, let me do. Then what's that happening? You start going spiral down to your downfall. So you see why you should stick to your system. Try to ignore social media noise and be very, very observant. Don't just take anything you see online for what it is. So the next thing I'll be doing if I was starting trading afresh is I'll map out my growth in terms of quarters. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you map out your growth little by little, don't just take it, what do I do in the whole year of trading? Why? Because you will not notice where you are glitching or where you are improving. I'll map out my growth in terms of quarters. That means in terms of 3 months, in terms of 6 months, in terms of 9 months, then in terms of 1 year. So 3 months is basically a 90 days plan. So if you have a 90 days plan, that's 3 months plan. Your mindset is in this 90 days, I want to do the same thing over and over again. Let me see if I can keep to that. Second, let me see if I can improve with that. Then let me see if it's not working for me. If those 90 days does not work for you in that particular system you are using, at that point in time, you can now change because you have gathered data that you tried to do for about 90 days. So you can't tell me that in 90 days, you will not notice a repeatable pattern. You will notice repetitions in 90 days. You will notice repetition in 6 months. So if you do something in 3 months and you observe that there's this little loophole there and you need to tweak something to make sure that the next 6 months, the next 3 months, will make more sense, then you just do that adjustment because you have observed it in the first 90 days. Then in the next 90 days, you can start observing if this new adjustment you have done to your system can make you go forward in trading or not. So before you get to your 4th quarter, you would have seen marginal growth in your trading journey. So you see why you should not just take trading by, I want to just take trading for 2 years or 1 year. Let me see what I can make of trading. Because if you intentionally want to grow, you have to be intentional about your growth. So you can't be growing by luck. You have to be intentional that, oh, I am growing. I know I am growing. Oh, I'm not growing. What is going on? I need to grow. Not, I need to make money. Making money does not mean you are growing in trading. You can make money the bad way. But the idea is, if you make money the right way in trading, it will be consistent for a long time. That's why you see that people are making money in trading, but they're not consistent with it because they're not making it the right way. They just rush and just want to do something that will just give them the money, then in the next month or in the next 2 months, you see them in drawdown again. They can't even leave the drawdown. They cannot afford things that they could afford before. Why? Because of they are not consistent with their profit making. So the last thing I'll be doing, the last point I'll be giving you is this, which is the most important point. Please, no matter how proud you are, get a mentor. No matter how boastful you are, you might not even call the person a mentor. You might just call the person the accountability partner, somebody that you can talk to, somebody that you can tell how your trading is going genuinely, somebody that you can tell the truth that, oh guy, I've messed up, I did this, I did that, I did that. What do you think I should do about this situation? Somebody in trading, please don't tell somebody that is not a trader, because they can't relate to how much of pressure you have on you. They can't relate to how the market punishes you. So when you tell somebody that's not a trader, they can just advise you that, okay, layman advice basically. Once you have a trader that is telling you how he also performed in his own month or in his own 3-month journey, you can now see that, okay, I think your issue is you're event trading too much. Why my issue? He can tell you that your issue is, I think you are too greedy. You need to reduce your lot sizes and try to take it slowly. So these are things that only a trader can observe, because he has been there before, no matter if he's failing or he has gotten down past there. So if he was an experienced mentor, basically, at least he has passed that situation. So he can just tell you that just do this and do this. What is the essence of having this person? The essence is that it makes your mistakes and journey shorter. Your mistakes will be smaller and your journey will be shorter. Why? Because there's an experienced hand that's advising you and directing you on where to go and where not to trespass. So with all these points, I'm very sure that if you start trading today, applying all this to your trading, I don't think financial issues should be your problem in the next 1 year if you apply all this that I've said on this video to your trading today. So please make sure you are you keep grinding. Don't just assume that because you have watched this video it will now work out magically. You have to still put in effort to make sure that all these steps align so that you can make something out of yourself. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you need personal mentorship, you can also hit me. The link is in the description box. If you want to trade with my prop firm that I trade with, you can hit the link also in the description box. I'll see you guys in the next video. My name is Matthew. One love. Peace out.